AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. What up? What up, y'all? Let's get in the building. Let's get in the building. Let's get in the building. So here we go again. Big shout out Flea, man. Great job with that interview tonight, man. Wonderful job. Wow, that was a wonderful job by Flea. You know, big shout out Shane, man. That was beautiful. I'm gonna wait for Flea to get in the building. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest. It's the same thing every game. And this is what I mean by we have to make some changes. The first half, we look good. The second half, always those third quarters. The game was won by Porzingis in the third quarter. I'm going to say it again. Porzingis won the game in the third quarter. Tom Thibodeau definitely gets some blame. Why is Josh Hart playing 45 minutes? Why? What is Josh Hart doing that he plays the most minutes out of everybody? So it's clear that that is Tom Thibodeau's favorite. It's clear. Leo, just want to tell you, wonderful job you did today. That shit was dope. Yeah. You always let me know that.
Shout.
You always let me know that, OG. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
That was ill, man. That was ill. We'll definitely talk about that. Behind the scenes.
For sure.
For sure. Big shout out to that brother, man. Listen, man.
Great story.
That was dope.
Great story.
Yes. Big shout out Shane, man. That was ill.
Yeah.
That was ill. But let's get right to it.
Let's get to it.
Once again, we lose to a good team. The Boston Celtics. Of course, you know, it was better than what the turnout was better than what it usually is, right? We lost, but it wasn't a blowout. But once again, Flea, it seems like Boston Celtics just toys with us, bro. They're never in panic mode, but it's the same old Knicks, bro. And this is what I'm tired of. I just DM Fish that Brunson gets back and it's back to hero ball. It's literally back to hero ball. Why is Josh Hart in the game for 45 minutes? Why is Josh Hart playing the most minutes out of everybody? Why does Josh Hart have the ball more in his hand than OG? Why does Josh Hart have more field goals than OG? Somebody help me out.
It's not. He took that shot to end the game, and we called timeout to draw up something. That's what you drew up, Tom. That's what you drew up. We beat Portland. OG, we beat Portland at the buzzer with Bridges. Remember a couple weeks back? We beat Portland at the buzzer, right? Bridges hit that shot. That looked like a great draw. What the hell was that?
Boston had so many second attempts at the ball at the rim. It was ridiculous. Just Just offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and it comes to a point, man, where I'm not arguing with my brother Flea tonight. I know he's exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, yeah,
But the Knicks make me exhausted, bro.
for sure,
We
for
have
sure.
these games in the bag. And once again, we can't protect home. We can't protect home. We are home. We are not in Boston. The first half, okay, we got this. Third quarter, Porzingis just takes over. Cat, Lord have mercy. Can you close out? My thing is this, and Flea, I need you to answer this.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it with Tibbs and Josh Hart that it just seems like Tibbs just allowed Josh Hart to just run amok? He has the ball in his hands. We know he turns the ball over a lot. He cannot shoot the ball. Why did he play 45 minutes tonight?
Well, I mean, you start here. If you go look, Josh Hart leads the league in minutes per game. So this is not nothing new. Out of anybody in the NBA right now, he plays the most minutes per game.
Hold on, real quick, because when they give a super chat, big shout out JR with the
Oh, JR,
499. Right, with the 499, appreciate it. He said we played our best ball when Mitch was at the 5 and Towns was at the 4. Come on, Tibbs. So Flea, real quick, if you want to respond to that.
Well, look, I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago when our guy got back. When Mitch got back, I was like, listen, he has to flirt with playing Mitch and Cat together. See how it looks. Get Cat back into the flow of. Guys can't hear us. You can hear me.
Can y'all hear us?
Yo, give a thumbs up if y'all can hear us.
Can y'all hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you as well.
Yeah, put a thumbs up in the chat, please,
up.
if y'all can hear us.
All right.
Samuel. Okay, everybody said they can hear us. Okay.
Big shout out. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. Tori B is in the building, y'all. Y'all know the drill. Please save us up to the beautiful ladies and be respectful. Flea, you know what? Flea, let's start over.
Okay.
Let's start over.
Okay.
Knicks lose once again to the Boston Celtics, which everybody claims is by far the best team in the East. I think they're the best team in the NBA. We lost again. We lost again to a good team. Jaylen Brown, they trying to say now he's injured, which I don't believe. But all right, cool, right? Porzingis comes out wildfire. Once again, problems in the third quarter where we couldn't stop nobody. Second chance points for Boston was ridiculous. The way Derek White and them guys knocked down a 3-point shot is ridiculous. I just want to hear, what is your opinion on tonight? Who do you put this loss on?
Well, OG, I like to be responsible. So big shout out to AllBall TV. We had the first episode of All We Live tonight.
Yes.
So
great job.
Thank you, OG. I appreciate you. I love you, big dog. So the first half of the game I did miss. I was able to get second half and then the finale of the game. And for me, we just lack the ability to rise to the occasion against good teams. And that's just the long and the short of it. Like, we could talk about, me and my OG, we battle with he wants to get rid of Tibbs. I want to keep Tibbs, right? We could get into that tonight too, but it's still not gonna change the fact that every time we step on the floor against a quality ball club, for some reason, we don't match what they're bringing us. For Bridges to take his eye off that ball at the end of the game, that's a mental blunder. That can't happen. It can't happen at that stage of the game. It just can't. So, I thought we played well enough to win the game. We played well enough to win the game. I think that 3 that Tatum hit, and he kind of shook OG and hit that 3, that killed me. OG is playing great defense. That's just a better shot, right? We win if he misses that shot. So we were in the best position in the world to win this game tonight. Again, when when it's time, winning time, we got to do the right things, man. We got to make the right decisions. OG says it all the time. Our basketball IQ is not very high. And so the last minute blunders, the late game mistakes can't happen, especially not against a Boston team. You could do that shit against Atlanta and find yourself winning. You could do that shit against Memphis and you'll win a game. If you make mistakes against Boston, Boston's going to take advantage every time. And, you know, from what I saw, I'm going to rewatch the entire game once I get off here with y'all. But once again, you know, we don't match physicality and we don't finish when we need to finish against good teams.
So, you know, what you just said, great opinion. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Please hit the like button, share, like, subscribe. We need to pound on that like button, man. Please. Our basketball IQ as a team is terrible. We might be the lowest when it comes to basketball IQ. There was a play where Boston was inbounding the ball, and 4 of the Knicks were looking to see who was going to guard who, and Boston just inbounding the ball and laid it up. On that play, we up 3. Why not take a foul? Put Tatum on the line for 2. They were on fire all night. Flea, this is coaching. I'm sorry. When you know your basketball team has low IQ, you have to be that brain pause for them. Foul Tatum. Foul him. Why give up the wide open 3? Why? You foul him, put him on the line, make the 2 free throws. Now you got to foul us. We have too many mental laps. Too many.
Yes.
Why was Josh Hart on the floor for 45 minutes? He ain't do jack shit. Mitchell Robinson was in the game and looked good. Mitchell Robinson was getting us offensive rebounds. I said it earlier. They don't even look for him to give him the ball. So why fight? That could be his mentality. I've been saying it all season. We have the talent to compete. We have the talent. It's proven. But Flea, we can't get over that hump. We can't. Big shout out Myth, $5 super chat. Thank you, Myth. This loss
Appreciate
is on
you.
Brunson playing. Yes, this loss is on Brunson playing hero ball. I totally agree.
OG, real quick. I was talking to Fish. Fish was calling to congratulate me about the interview and all that type of shit. But I'm watching it and we watching the game at the same time, and I'm screaming at the TV because Brunson is about to dribble the fucking air out the ball, OG. He's about to dribble the air out the basket. Get off of it. Get off of it. Get off of the rock, y'all. Come on. So, I'm not going to put the whole loss on Brunson, but we've been talking about this for weeks, man. We needed Brunson back. We're not going to make a playoff run without Brunson. But if he's been able to watch from the sidelines for 13, 14, 15, whatever how many games he was able to sit and watch and saw the type of offensive rhythm those guys were in, a OG, a Bridges, even a Karl Anthony Towns over the last week or so, you got to come back and be able to continue that rhythm. You got to be able to continue that rhythm. You will get yours when you get yours. But for you to have to come back and think you need to ingratiate yourself back in the offense, you're the best player on the team. You're going to be fine. You will get it. It will be fine. You've done well in the playoffs for us the last couple of years. Right now is for us to finish the season playing well, developing good habits, and not watch you dribble the air out the basketball. Get off of it.
Well, I see what Tory B is saying. For some reason, my comments go in and out. For one, OG, how can he be an option if he's not getting the ball? Let's be honest. Brunson plays too much hero ball. Out of everybody, Flea, no, I'm a Brunson stan.
For sure.
But sometimes that way of basketball is not going to win us basketball games. I'm sorry. Why does Josh Hart have the ball in his hand more than OG? We've seen what OG is capable of. Brunson, every time he gets the ball, he's barely getting over half court before 8 seconds. Before the 8 seconds. I watch everything. He holds the ball too long. He plays hero ball. We were supposed to win this game. We were supposed to win this game.
Yeah, it's a
But
winnable game. It's a winnable
between
game.
hero ball adjustments and just lack of basketball knowledge, this is why we won't be successful in the playoffs. This is why it is important for us to make a move to get somebody that understands the game. Yo, Flea, sometimes it looks like we don't know the game. Bruh,
It's unacceptable.
Yo, we up 3. Tatum has the ball. Foul him. Foul him. Foul him. Come on, man. Like, I don't know what game y'all was looking at, but miss me with the numbers. Miss me with the numbers.
I mean, that's what it's easy. That's what's easy to run to. You know, run to the box score and say this person had this and this person had that and such had 30 and such had 25. At the end of the day, you lost, and now we're gonna break down why we lost the game. Right? It's a team game. It's a team sport. Nobody is devoid of getting called out when you lose. So we got to stop. Nobody's building narratives. I'm reading the comments, and I love everybody interacting, but we got to stop. Knicks Rehab is 1, rehabbing through Knicks wins and losses, and 2, talking basketball. We're not building any narratives. We're talking basketball. And right now, everybody deserves to be spoken about tonight on losing this game.
I'm laughing, right? Because
it is what it is. Nobody's gonna run from getting critiqued tonight.
But Flea, I'm laughing because for one, nobody's talking about trading Brunson. Nobody is saying any of that. My thing is this: we went back to put the ball in Brunson and Cat hands, and everybody just watch. That's what it was tonight. That's what it was tonight. Come on, man. Listen. I need somebody to explain to me why is Josh Hart played the most minutes tonight? What did he do to deserve to play 45 minutes? What happened to Mitchell Robinson and Deuce? So you don't think guys exhausted? Did you not see Brunson, Cat, and OG in the fourth quarter or in overtime shoot air balls? Like, come on, bro. Like, listen, this is not bash Tibbs, but once again, we have to. If we don't get it right, we will lose in the first round. And it's not because of talent. It's because of talent. It's the mental mistakes. In watching the game tonight that I think we needed, just to have some type of, just going into the playoffs. And once again, we lose to another good team. And this is why I've been telling all of y'all, I am not excited for the 50 wins because we don't beat good teams. And once again tonight, the game in our hands, and we give it up. And you know what's the sad part, Flea? Boston didn't even sweat.
Been there before. They've done it before, right? This is the champions. Y'all got to knock them off of their pedestal and high horse. They going into these arenas all season long, all 82 games. They like, you niggas got to beat us. We won. Y'all got to beat us. And right now, they brought everybody back from last year. And it seems like aside from their first 5, everybody has gotten better. Pritchard is going to be 6th man of the year. Luke Cornett gets out there and has quality minutes. Sam Hauser is a shooter. Al Horford comes off the bench and plays defense. I just named 4 guys right now that come off their bench that create their depth. And all of them guys, they're not worried about shots. They're not worried about none of that. They coming in and doing their job. And I feel like this Boston team today might be better than that Boston team that won last year because everybody is just another season in and hungry. And tonight was a viable game for us to beat them on our home court. And for me, it's just mental lapses. It's mental blunders. It's not finishing games. When you play a whole... See, here's the thing. And players understand that. And you understand it too, OG. But like these casual fans don't get it. You get 30 for the first 3 quarters and you do nothing to help us win in the fourth quarter. Don't talk to me about having 30 and 20 and 5 assists. That doesn't matter because we didn't finish the game and we didn't win as a collective, right? We like to point fingers. Oh, this person did well. This person did well. Nah, as a collective, we out-rebounded Boston. Let me say that again to y'all. Did y'all know that? We out-rebounded Boston for the game. We should have won tonight. We were up 3. Under 3 seconds left. We should have won tonight. So everybody, if there's a pie, like my OG always says, if there's a pie, listen, everybody's getting a slice tonight. Everybody. I don't care what you have. Everybody gets a slice tonight.
Porzingis, that's what beat us tonight. That
he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal.
If Cat doesn't know how to close out, Tom Thibodeau has to see that and make an adjustment, Flea. Yo, let's put
he was tired, OG. He was moving those that one possession. Hold on, let me throw Cat some bill real quick. Because I was over here and I was screaming. I was like, yes, Cat, you moving your feet, you playing defense. He used up a lot of energy and he couldn't get off his feet.
Yeah,
but he fouled Tatum.
But not even that play, right? I'm just saying in the third quarter, when you see Porzingis going off, and you see, which we all know, Cat can't close out. On that pick and roll, for some reason, he double teams people that don't need to be double teamed, and he leaves his man wide open. And even if he doesn't leave his man wide open, he doesn't seem to close out. Porzingis hit about 4-5 threes in the third quarter. When do you make the adjustment and go, okay, I see Cat can't make that closeout. Let me put Mitchell Robinson in the game with Cat. And Mitch, that's your job. Close out, you guard Porzingis. My thing is this: the mental mistakes, the low basketball IQ is getting out of control, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of losing the same way night in and night out. I said this on the other live. We look one way in the first half, and we look totally different in the second half. Just because we didn't lose by 30, let's not forget, Jalen Brown ain't even really play.
Yeah, like 8 minutes,
right? We like come
10
on,
minutes, something like that.
So we have to start being honest as Knicks fans, bro. Boston didn't even sweat, not one bit. So for me, the mental lapses, just I keep telling y'all, Tibbs doesn't want to be there right now. Coaching in the NBA doesn't look fun. It looks exhausting. It looks aggravating, and it looks stressful.
And I don't care how good you are, how good the team is. If it's the playoffs, right? If the playoffs just started, yo, OG, we might start seeing coaches get fired during the playoffs. We might get to a point. We might get to a point where we start firing coaches in the middle of the playoffs. The way they doing shit right now.
Why? Once again, why are you not trying to line up with Mitch and Cat? I'm just flabbergasted on why Josh Hart played 45 minutes and had 10 points. And usually the way he changes the game, he didn't do it today.
Look, he's going to play Josh Hart 50,000 minutes a game because Josh Hart is going to play balls out for 48 minutes a game. He's going to crash the glass. He's going to shoot a shot that ain't nobody else going to shoot. He's going to push the ball. He's going to rebound. He's going to pass. He's going to do all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, like you're saying, if all of that stuff looks good in a win, all of that stuff looks good in a win. In a loss, it's glaring. Why are you taking the last shot of the game to win the game? Right? Why are you pushing the ball and don't have numbers? You go 1-on-5 sometimes.
A Flea, Josh Hart, he didn't affect the game tonight. Not one bit. I understand he had a double-double, but he didn't affect the game tonight. He didn't do anything great defensively or offensively. Bruh, tonight, the game was in our hands. Couple times Brunson had me, when I say upset, listen, man, you cannot freeze out OG like that. I'm going to say it again.
Not after the last 10-game stretch.
Thank you, Flea. You cannot freeze out OG like that.
Yeah,
Flea, you say it all the time. That ain't Tibbs. That's you. That's you, Brunson.
Yeah. You have to find it.
Bro,
You see the
in
rhythm he's in. He's
in this
literally turning a offensive corner in the front of our eyes. He's turning a corner offensively. And what does he take tonight? 11 shots, 12 shots? He didn't
who?
really get in the rhythm tonight. And
Who?
OG.
Oh, right. I'm thinking
Yeah,
to him,
he
right.
didn't take a lot of shots tonight.
Yo, listen. In the first half, in the first quarter, I think OG touched the ball one time. One time. So we gonna forget what he's done when Brunson was out and injured. He has to sit in the corner because that's what Brunson makes a person do. I'm gonna be honest, man. Until we show on a consistent basis that we can beat good teams, we are not going to win a championship. If we don't bring in a player that can fix this, because I don't see Tibbs fixing this, Flea. I don't see Tibbs being that Popovich level type coach.
Who?
Udoka. No, I'm saying as far as knowing the game. Now, I still think Pop is overrated, but I'm saying
No, I got you.
a
I got you.
guy,
I got you.
but a guy that knows the game, like a Spo, like a Steve Kerr, guys that can see things and fix problems.
So hold on. The the two coaches that are available right now, are they good coaches? Taylor Jenkins and Mike Malone. Are they good coaches?
I think Taylor Jenkins is a decent coach.
Okay.
I think Mike Malone is a good coach.
Okay.
Do I think they both better than Tibbs as a coach. I would say that. I'm not going to go
that's where I was going. I wanted to see
right.
what you felt about that.
But I think those two guys, I think whoever we bring in, if we decide to fire Tibbs, because I'm gonna be honest, Flea, if we play Detroit in the first round and we lose, you cannot keep Tibbs as a head coach. I don't care what nobody say. A 50-win
That's fine.
season,
I'm fine with
right?
that.
Hold on, Flea. 50-win season, a third seed, two All-Stars. We clearly have the talent in the best team. We lose in the first round. Tibbs cannot come back. Those other two coaches, I wouldn't mind Mike Malone, but he has to have an all-star cast coaching staff because he seems like he'd get on your nerves as well. No, I know, but I'm just telling you, for me, if I'm Dolan, if I'm the GMs, I'm treading real lightly with Mike Malone because that hard nose, you know, listen, it's cool, but at the end of the day, you ain't got 5, 6, 7 of them things. Like, let's be realistic. So for me, tonight just proved once again that we need a new voice. We need a new basketball mind. I'm sorry. We still bad defensively. It's but so much you could do with Tatum. But in
he's gonna get his. He's gonna
right,
get. He's that type of player.
But in that situation, the coach supposed to be yelling foul, foul. We needed this win. Your opinion, Flea. What do you feel about Tibbs after tonight? Because I love to hear how you with the coaching thing because you're very adamant and I understand what you be saying. But how do you feel after tonight about Tibbs?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I need to see more Mitch and Cat together. I need to see that. You need to be like nurturing that lineup so that in the playoffs, when the playoffs come, you could go to that lineup and there's no adjustments that need to be made. Right? These guys are comfortable, and it's your defensive line. Your best defensive lineup has to consist of Mitch. If we're struggling on the defensive end, that means he has to play. I don't want to hear this thing about he's still hurt. We trying to, bro, play the kid. He sat out all season for a reason.
Hey, Flea, listen, Flea. He was on the sideline like this. Look, you know what that in overtime. Look, you know what that means, right? You played at that level.
Yep.
We know what that means, right?
Yep. I get it. So, I'm not on the side of firing Tibbs like it's Taylor Jenkins or it's Mike Malone, because I don't think there's an option viable right now for if we fired him, could we navigate our way through the playoffs right now minus Tibbs. I just don't think we would be that good of a team. You're going to let Rick Brunson take over? You're going to let one of them other guys on the bench take over? I don't know. But that out-of-bounds play says a lot to me, right? When you are a coach that needs to draw up them ATOs after timeouts. Like, if you could draw up an ATO and it's solid and it gets you a good look, then you live with the results of the shot. But if Mikal Bridges is the inbounder, you guys almost get a 5-second call on y'all. You get the ball into Josh Hart and he takes a bad shot. That's either a bad play call or the Knicks starters that we've rolled this season with are boneheads, like you say, the IQ.
Flee,
One or the other.
You want to hear something crazy? It ain't no play call. I'm gonna say it again. It ain't no play call, bro. Tibbs is not coaching no offense, bro. It's put the ball in Brunson's hand and let it, bro. Think about it. The other inbound playing overtime, Boston got the 7-footer. Why is Brunson inbounding the ball?
But see, that's my thing. King's speech, bro. But then you go to the counter. Then you go to the second or the third option, not Josh Hart. What was the play call? I got to see how they lined up again. I got to go. Like I said, I'm probably be up all night watching this Nick game over because I'm gonna watch the alignment again. There's no way that he winds up with the ball in his hand and has to put up a shot that he's not even ready to shoot. That's the thing, OG. He's not even ready to shoot it. If Brunson is the guy that gets the ball, they trap Brunson. You got to find a way to get Cat the ball. If Cat is covered and they double him or you can't find him, OG, you got to get the rock. Go get the basketball. We can't have a bailout for Josh Hart. And I think that, for me, says a lot about coaching. You call a timeout, you get an opportunity to draw up a play, and you drew up that?
Flea. Big shout out everybody in the chat, man. My comments, sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't. So if I'm not responding to y'all, it's not my fault. But please,
big
man,
shout out to everybody.
Hit that like button tonight for me, Flea. And like you said, when you get a chance to watch the whole game, I'm pretty sure you'll understand. But for me, tonight proved once again why Tom Thibodeau has to be fired. You cannot continue to not be able to beat good teams. I'm sorry. And this is not all on him. For us to win a championship, Brunson is going to have to change his game. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody rocks with Brunson more than me. But to win a championship, he is going to have to change his game. You cannot freeze OG out like that. And I'm tired of the roommates looking out for each other. Seriously, Josh Hart should not play more minutes than everybody. We made this big thing about Mitchell Robinson coming back. Okay, he's back. Put him on the floor. Keep him on the floor. Play him some minutes. Play him some minutes. That man in overtime sitting like this on the bench, I know what that means. Big shout out to Booger Smith family. You know what he always say, Flea? You gotta reward the big man. So you telling me Mitchell Robinson is going to be on the offensive rebound, blocking shots, fighting hard, and y'all don't even look his way on offense? We have so many holes, Flea, that has to be filled. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, this ain't basketball. What kind of shirt do you have on right now? Is that my guy? Who's that?
Oh,
who's that?
McLovin, baby.
McLovin! Yes!
Yeah,
Come on, G.
Big shout out JR, man. Yes, big shout out JR with the $4.99. He said Boston went one less than us in rotation, and only 2 players went past 40 minutes.
That's how you manage minutes. Tom Thibodeau. Joe Mazzulla is doing a master class on how to manage minutes with his soup. He's got 1, 2, 3 All-Stars, 4 All. How many All-Stars? Porzingis was an All-Star. He's got a ton of All-Stars, Olympic gold medalists, first-round draft picks, and he's able to manage those minutes. And we can't.
Another bad loss. That this win would have gave us some confidence going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says, because confidence plays a key for us.
For sure.
I think this loss was a bad loss. It was right there for the taking. We should have won this game. We should
Winnable.
have won this game. Yes, and I think that lineup where you put Mitch in there with Cat, Flea, you've been saying it. When is he gonna tease us with that?
But play it for longer stretches. We've
Right,
seen it.
right.
We've seen it. Like, all right, it's like double dutch, right? Like we've seen it, but like let's go some stretches with them playing next to each other, man. And let's see how we look. Like I believe JR said it, but from the final fourth quarter that I watched, Mitch, you have to play him. We only gonna be better defensively with him on the court. Only going to be better. So, Tibbs, you got to figure it out or go home.
Go home. And then you start right a couple games. Now he don't even get in the game. When we need defenders.
But that's what I'm saying. You call the guy's number because Brunson went down, campaign went down. The dude came in, played 3 or 4 games, and he played well. He's a professional. He stays ready. But if you could go that deep, why not play him?
Flea, Josh Hart played 45 minutes, bro. That is a problem for me.
That's a problem.
I said this a while ago. We are making him more important than what he is, and it's going to his head. I watch him call for the ball. I watch him try to make decisions. Right. I watch him try to run the offense. What? You know what that is? That's us as Knicks fans going berserk. That's the organization and the team. Right. That's upstairs. Right. All of that Swiss arm, this. Yo, bro. Some nights you have it, some nights you don't. If what you're doing is not affecting the game, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
James Whitfield, big shout out to James. He said something I wanted to highlight for a second, OG. He said, you don't want people to have tape on that, Flea. So I guess he's referring to us playing Mitch and Cat at the same time. James, it looks like you've been watching Knicks basketball for a long time, my brother. We appreciate you tapping in with us. I need to say this, man. At this stage of the season, man, we getting ready for the playoffs. We got to play our best lineups. We're about to go into playoff series where we're playing the same team for 2 weeks. So adjustments are going to happen. If you're playing against a good coach, he's going to make adjustments. They're going to go back and watch film and all that kind of stuff. So I feel what you're saying. You don't want to get tape on it right now so that now people game plan for it and they shut that down once the start of the playoffs. But listen, man, if Cat is who David Smith says he is, and if Mitchell Robinson is who everybody thinks he is, then them guys need to play and they'll be able to play through the adjustments. But we got to play them more together.
Yo, listen, pressures are true. Like, I don't know what Tibbs is doing. I don't know if he's saving guys for the playoffs, but eventually Josh Hart is gonna have to come off the bench, bro. I'm sorry. Listen, he looks to do too much, and it's affecting us on the win column. It affects us when we can't beat good teams. Flea, Flea, I watch it. I know you watch it, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's too much with him. He has the ball in his hands too much. I'm sorry. Too much. And it's not a good thing. Right now, the third legit option should be OG without question. If we're going to go Brunson Cat, the third option should be OG. OG got froze out tonight. That's not his fault. OG got froze out tonight. Then you play these guys all these high minutes, then they get exhausted. Then we got to go into overtime. And then some guys don't even get in the game. Don't you know Porzingis didn't even start overtime? So for me, we ain't gonna stay on too long, y'all. You know, we had some exhausting day today, but just another tough loss, Flea. And you know, we give the basketball world another reason to troll us.
I got 2 things I got for you, OG. One, I want to read Turbo's comment. Big shout out to Turbo. We love you. Yes. We love you, Turbo. I think Billups would help Brunson's game. He was the same age as him when he turned it around. Let me tell y'all something, man. If there's somebody that y'all want to talk to and feel like you reading one of them basketball historian books, I think I call myself an historian. Turbo Marcel Smith is one of the brothers that is like extremely tapped in with this shit. Now I'm about to go look and see when Billups turned it around, because I know Turbo was right about the age, and that's a good call. Me personally, I would like, now that the Denver job is open, I would love to see Denver bring Chauncey home and allow him to coach that team. But my question for you, OG, for us to wrap, what is your biggest concern going into the playoffs for this Knicks team?
I know you're tired of hearing it. Coaching.
Okay.
I think if we play Detroit, they have the better coach. Uh, of course, if we play Milwaukee, I think Doc Rivers is the worst coach I've ever seen. But for me, it's coaching, and it's some other things. But the reason why I say coaching, because I can say adjustments, I can say time management, I can say a lot of things. But to me, it all boils down to coaching. Um, I think Tom Thibodeau doesn't know what to do with the lineups. He doesn't. He just doesn't know what he's doing. Fleet, I'm sorry. I don't want to argue with you about this tonight.
We
We
ain't
can
doing it
argue
tonight.
another night,
We'll do
right?
it tomorrow.
But
We'll do it
but
tomorrow.
but for a game like tonight to not play Precious, I think Shaman might have gotten it a little bit, to not play Mitchell Robinson more minutes, to get him geared up and ready for the playoffs, because we're going to need him. It's just, for me, coaching. I think Tibbs gets out coached every night. No team fears us, because with Tibbs, there's no secret. There's no surprises. You know? And I'm gonna give you one more problem, and you may not like this. Josh Hart's role. I think Josh Hart's role is too big. And I think he's taking his role. I don't think the coach is giving it to him. I think he just got in his head his role is big. Pause. And that time that Brunson was out, Josh Hart got used to bringing the ball up, trying to orchestrate the offense, and that's a problem. That's a problem. And I think those two problems is going to be tough for us in the playoffs, because now we're going to play a team that's young, that's hungry, that has a legit superstar. And I told you, I love how they're coached. I'm sorry. I love how they're coached. So for me, Flea, it all boils down to coaching. And I've been consistent about this all season. And everybody, you know that. I don't like Tom Thibodeau as a coach, bro. And it's not for you
people,
to respond. Hold on, I'm gonna let you, because you can close it.
yeah,
It's not me and you to argue tonight. I'm just telling you personally, watching Tom Thibodeau's career, I do not like him as a head coach. And at this point, when nobody wants to play for you, when you have no connections to nobody, like I said, that coaching staff you have, I don't know what that is. You don't know no type of offense. That's clear. And you being a defensive minded head coach, excuse me, and we're probably one of the worst defensive teams. For stretches, we play good defensively, but that's against bad teams. Against the good teams, we can't stop a slow leak. So for me, I'm being honest, Fleet, I think it's coaching. And I think, some coaches need a new atmosphere, and some teams need a new voice. And for me, coaching. You can close this out.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing in the playoffs, right, is how tough we're gonna be. Again, I'm shamelessly plugging my most recent interview for Are We Live, and we had a brother Shane Gatson on, and I was able to talk to a former pro, a guy that has played on the highest of highest levels for 18 years, and I was able to ask that brother, can you define what tough is? And I know you was in the building, OG. You was able to see his response on what being tough is. And I think the Knicks lack toughness. Everything that he said, right, OG? Everything that he said,
I agree.
I don't think we have that. I don't think we possess that. And so that is my biggest concern going into the playoffs. how tough are we gonna be when shit starts getting dicey? When we down 2-1 in a series, are we gonna be able to win game 4 and then get to game 5? Do we have that mental toughness to do that? And so that's my biggest concern. OG, take us home. Extremely tough loss tonight. I am about to go spend the next 2.5, 3 hours dissecting this Knicks game because I want to know how the hell did we put ourselves in a position to win and then shit the bed the last 5 minutes of the game. So,
but once again, before you go, and this is when people say Tibbs created a culture, we got to ask ourselves, what kind of culture did he create? Because like you said, Flea, it ain't toughness.
nah.
So don't we can't let the 2 seasons of 50 games be fool's gold, because now we could potentially lose in the first round if we're not careful.
A first round exit after winning back-to-back 50 games, the most like consistent success we've seen in a long time, and we get bounced in the first round, that ain't gonna sit right.
With your team healthy, with all your guys. And before we get out of here, JR, what he said last one, why is JB inbounding the ball? That's what I said. He inbounding the ball. You got a 7-footer on you. So for me, I just think, Tom Thibodeau let those guys do what they want to do. That's just my opinion. I think some of that stuff, Tom Thibodeau just stays out of it, Flea. But, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate everybody. Knicks Rehab. Listen, man. Big shout out, Flea, man. All we live, Flea, man. We're going to be looking for more of those great interviews up here on AllBall TV, man. And just look forward and you never know who's going to be up here next on the screen with Flea, man. Yes.
You never know. Y'all appreciate
everybody, man. Have a great night, man.
Love y'all, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentarios.